can you just look at that face? Not the reporter. The dude next to the reporter. Okay. Playing without I'll make a little comment. I'm going to take my ugly face out of this. People listening on podcasts are going to have no idea what's going on. I'm sorry. It's the cutest thing on the face of the planet. Dog accidentally attends news interview. There's a reporter. I don't know what the context is. I don't know if this is a mashup. There's a dog de Bordeaux.
Look at that dog.
I mean, it can't be a mashup. Look at the reporter. Look at that face. Look at that. I'm sorry. No, stop. Don't. I'm sorry. If anybody looks at that face and doesn't want to grab it by the muscular cheekbones and kiss him right on the tip of his mushy snout, and his face is cockeyed, no less. His muzzle, his nose it's like 1 inch to the left. I want it. Oh. And the reporter, I mean, he's oh. The dog just sitting there.
Look at that dog.
All right. That is my new go-to. Oh my goodness, that's my new go-to for a good laugh, a soul-cleansing laugh. Holy cows. So for those who don't know, that dog that you were just looking at, Turner and Hooch, Dogue de Bordeaux, a French Mastiff. Oh, I grew up with bull mastiffs. We had one English Mastiff growing up, and we had a disgusting Airedale, who was a very nice, very smart dog. His name was Samson, now that I remember this, and how things have come full circle. We had an Airedale, an English Mastiff, and then a series of bull mastiffs. I love those dogs. I love their faces. That little part where the lips meet up under the nose and that bridge. Like, okay, Winston's cute. Look at these. Hold on, let me just clean my camera here. Like, my dogs are cute. They're cute. But they're no bull mastiff. They're no Dogue de Bordeaux. They're no majestic, stupid dogs with this. Okay. Good day, everybody. Donald Hop. We have to start with a laugh because it's all downhill from here, people. Let me see. Hi, Viva, Dark Star. And nobody wants to kiss those dogs on the face. I tell you this. I do not understand how someone looks at those dogs, pugs, French bulldogs, mastiffs, and does not feel joy and happiness. I don't understand it. To each their own. I don't judge them for it. Good day, everyone. Indeed. All right. We're starting at an odd time. I'm trying to find the best time to go live that I can manage with my schedule. I'm on day 2 of solo parenting for the rest of the week because my wife is out of town. Holy cows, is parenting a 2-person job? I'll say this over and over again. Parenting is a 2-person job. Many of you know I was at the premiere of Dinesh D'Souza's Police State at Mar-a-Lago last night. I'll play a couple of clips from there because there's some fun stuff. Our kids, one of our kids is old enough to babysit the other two, but my goodness, it's like kids. I said it before, and I'll say it again. Kids are idiots. If it were up to kids, they wouldn't sleep, they wouldn't bathe, and they would eat candy all day long. So I had already seen Dinesh D'Souza's Police State. I got a sneak preview and did an interview with him in the local studio. It's a must-watch. It's exclusively on Rumble, and so everyone should be watching it there. It's a must-watch. It's an amazing documentary. It might not be as much news for those of us who have been paying attention. It might not be as much news for those of us who have been paying attention, because a lot of the stuff in it, describing the degree to which we've become a police state where pro-life activists get raided by the FBI, January 6ers get locked up in jail, entrapment, all sorts of stuff. But for those who are not aware of it, it might be too much for them to handle. They're going to watch this and they're going to say, it has to be inaccurate, it has to be exaggerated. Oh, look at that, it's reenactments, it's not how it happened. It's a must-watch. So I went to Mar-a-Lago, left, the kids with one babysitting, and then I had to come back a little early, which is probably all for the better because nothing good happens after 10 o'clock at night. And Wayne by the Fire says, we've been in a police state for over a decade. You people are just waking up. Wayne, some people are going to look at you and say, we've been in a police state for 2 decades, and you only woke up a decade ago. I say that tongue in cheek. You're very right. I am very wet behind the ears. My mild awakening began in 2015 to 2016, and it's been on steroids ever since. But even those who think that they have been awake for the last 10 years, those of us who were out there protesting the Patriot Act in 2001 were saying, welcome to the party, pal. Okay, so what's going to happen today? For those of you who are new to the channel, we are Viva Frei. I go by the pronouns we, they, just because. I'm joking. I'm Viva Frei. We start off on YouTube, Rumble, and vivabarneslaw.locals.com. And I'm going to make sure that we're live there, which we are. Good. After a certain period of time, because I'm exclusive with Rumble, we end on YouTube, and we all divert everyone over to Rumble. Not so that I can discuss stuff that I wouldn't discuss on YouTube, though every now and again it happens. I did an interview with Jessica Rose, PhD, talking about the recent discovery of DNA materials in the jibby jab. I'm not taking it. I did an interview with Dr. Drew. I don't want to take a chance on YouTube saying, sorry, Dr. Drew, the medical professional, gave medical disinformation as dictated by non-medically licensed social media platform. I'm not messing around. But I put the entire streams up, by and large, the next day or later in the day on YouTube. Clips on Viva Clips. It goes on podcast 98% of the time. The podcast is on Podbean, and it goes to all the platforms called Viva and Barnes Law for the People. And that's it. That's it. So today on the menu, we're going to go from kissing dog faces to apparently contracting cancer through oral sex. We're going to start off with the fun one. And this came from our vivabarneslaw.locals.com community yesterday in the exclusive after party after the Rumble. So we go YouTube, end on YouTube, go exclusively to Rumble. Then we end the entire day's stream on Rumble and go to vivabarneslaw.locals.com for an exclusive after party, take questions, and interact with our locals community. Did I give everyone the link to Rumble? It's the pinned comment, so go check it out. Yeah, it's the pinned comment. Hold on, now I'm hearing myself talk about the dog. So we're going to start off with the lighthearted stuff, getting apparently throat cancer from oral sex. Just because, if I wasn't already look, I'm a married man. These questions, no longer apply to me. All you young people out there engaging in flippant oral copulus know what's out there. Diseases at every turn. Then we're going to go back to the Trump stuff, the Trump trial in New York. Don Trump Jr. testifying. He wasn't able to, as far as I know, he didn't get to the Mar-a-Lago last night because he was up in New York testifying for Letitia James. The Colorado trial, a gong show of a kangaroo court of a sham Kafka-esque nonsense. I'm watching it so you don't have to. Joe Neerman, Good Logic, is covering it live, so you can go do that with him if you're so inclined. And then there's some other stuff. What do I have on the backdrop here? Don Trump Jr. Wait a minute. Where are all my bookmarks? Oh, cripe. Well, we got some other stuff. We'll get to it. There's a super chat. I haven't given the disclaimers. Ever notice Judge Engron looks like Anthony Fauci started gender transitioning and just quit halfway? No, I noticed that Judge Engron looks like the Fonz, Henry Winkler. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull this up while we're on the subject. Everybody out there, so you know, YouTube takes 30% of all super chats. And Rumble has their Rumble Rants equivalent. And they take 20%, except for the rest of the year, they take 0%. Best way to support the channel. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you this. Judge Engeron looks more like Henry Winkler, Henry Winkler? Looks more like Henry Winkler. This particular picture. Okay, Henry Winkler, the Fonz. Oh my goodness, look what time does to you. Time does things to your face and body. That's Henry Winkler. And let's go with Arthur Engeron. Images. Dude, I'm telling you, he looks more like Henry Winkler than he does Anthony Fauci. Here. Yeah. All right, well, that's it. That's Judge Engeron. So, yes, Florida Dad, thank you very much for the super chat. All right, we're going to start with the lighthearted stuff before we go over to to the YouTubes. Now, but I'm really wondering, did I get the... Oh, yeah. Oh, here's all my links, people. Let's start off on something that children should know about. I say young adults, people who are in the dating sphere. This is an article that was shared in our locals community yesterday, and I had a mild... I was taken a bit aback, and then I realized where it's going, and a lot of people who are smarter than me knew exactly where this was going before the sensationalist headline coming out of the New York Post, oral sex is worse than smoking for throat cancer, doctor claims. It's a TikTok video, but everybody seemingly knew where this was going except for me, because I've been out of the dating market for 25 years. HPV, human papillomavirus. Okay, that's where this is going. And apparently men contract it. We'll read it. So there's a TikTok star. A young doctor says oral sex is a greater risk factor than smoking in the development of throat cancer. Now, many people out there might have been saying, what in the heck is going on here? Dr. Daria Sadovskaya made the declaration in a viral TikTok video, despite the American Cancer Society citing tobacco use as the #1 factor for the illness known as oropharyngeal cancer. So whether or not it's smoking or oral sex and the HPV virus that is communicated through the act, get married young, stay married, keep your schmeckle in your pants, and yeah. Are you saying oral sex is proven to be the #1 cause of throat cancer? Says one TikTok user asked Sadovskaya, who responded bluntly by saying, I said what I said. The American Cancer Society, however, does cite oral sex as one potential cause of throat cancer, given the HPV, commonly known as HPV, the human papillomavirus, can be transmitted during the act. Things you don't think about. HPV is the most commonly sexually transmitted infection, with an estimated 13 million new cases each year. Apparently, men get HPV through oral sex more than women because women can carry it not knowing it, and then men do things and then get it in their throats and it causes throat cancer. I've never heard of this stuff before. While HPV usually goes away on its own within 2 years, most people don't realize they have it, meaning they can unreleased spread. Okay, fine. We'll get to the punchline of this, which I, said yesterday in our locals community. Men are more likely to develop throat cancer performing oral sex on women, as women are more likely to carry the HPV virus in their genitalia, Sadovskaya stated. Indeed, men were more significantly impacted by HPV-linked oropharyngeal cancer, with diagnosis rates rising 2.8% annually from 2015 to 2019. Then we go down here and we see, why is Michael Douglas, sorry. Why is Michael Douglas in this article? Here's why. The expert's video clocked up 52,000 views, but one user said they weren't prepared to give up oral sex despite the risk. This won't stop me, they brazenly declared. Actor Michael Douglas told The Guardian back in 2013 that oral sex was the cause of his throat cancer. I made the joke yesterday that's one heck of a humble flex. That's like, yep, I got throat cancer, and it was from performing too much cunnilingus on young, attractive women. That's what Michael Douglas said. Without getting too specific, this particular is caused by HPV, which actually comes about from cunnilingus, he stated at the time. And then we get into the stats. Oh boy. According to data from the Center of Disease Control and Prevention, 41% of teens from 15 to 19 participate in oral sex. Young people ages 15 to 24 were responsible for nearly half of the 26 million new STD infections in the United States in 2018. All right. I already told you I have a irrational fear of disease, irrational. When I was interviewing Dr. Drew and he was talking about the trauma that the AIDS epidemic left on that generation, and I was brought up in the 80s with a neurotic mother. And I remember, sitting on toilet seats in disgusting movie theaters thinking I might have just contracted something by sitting in someone's pee. Now, we know that that's an exaggeration, although I think I have read at least 1 or 2 cases of something confirmed along those lines. That's the news, people. So do with it what you think you want to do with that useful piece of information. Oh boy, the world is not safe in any way, shape, or form. You find out people fall into the local Florida ponds and they get brain-eating amoebas. Despising sushi is now justified. Jeremiah _ Dick. Dude, don't make me say that. You didn't make me say that. I know that I've never seen that name before, but Jeremiah's. Thank you, and good luck with the rest of that. So that's the lighthearted stuff of the day. Do we want to cover one idiotic case before we go over to Rumble, or do we go over? No, we'll go. I'll give a fair warning here. I'll give everybody the link to Rumble, and we'll cover a bit the New York bullshit case. I'm sorry. Said I wasn't going to swear, but holy crap, the world has gone crazy. No, we're going to do all of the Trump stuff over on Rumble. What we're going to start with here is I'm going to play a clip from yesterday's event at Mar-a-Lago. I'm putting together a short video. It's going to be humorous, and I told our locals community. I don't know how well it's going to turn out because I didn't get to go around Mar-a-Lago as much as I wanted to. Apparently, Secret Service was telling me not to go there, and they didn't tell me that, but I wasn't taking any chances. Mar-a-Lago, I had never been there before. Stunningly beautiful. Beyond words if you're into that type of stuff. I am a bit of an idiot. My grandfather always said it's better to be an hour early than a minute late. And I left well too early to have like an hour advance, just in case. And I needed it because I didn't put in the address for Mar-a-Lago. I put in the civic address, which is on South Ocean Boulevard. But there are two civic addresses with the same South Ocean Boulevard. One is in Delray Beach, and the other one is Mar-a-Lago. And I get to the one on Delray Beach, and I'm like, Mar-a-Lago doesn't look as good as everybody said it looked. All right. So it was beautiful. But before we go over to Rumble, where the party shall continue, we're going to talk about the Judge Engoron persecution, the Colorado latest. It's nonsense. And for everybody who's watching, I'm going to be hosting the Alex Jones show tomorrow, InfoWars, tomorrow from noon to 2 Eastern time. So that's making me a little stressed. I've never done that. I'm not used to the cues, the commercial countdowns, the pauses. I'm used to just rambling and doing whatever the hell I want. Tomorrow, noon to 2, and I think we're going to co-stream it on my platform as well, but going to host because I think Alex Jones is out of town. So noon to 2, Infowars.com with Viva Frei. But yesterday at the premiere, Police State Dinesh D'Souza, Chris Pavlovsky gave an opening statement, and I don't know why I didn't record it. I thought I did, but I think it was on picture because I had one picture instead of his opening speech. Chris Pavlovsky comes out, like he's been saying, a lot lately. Could he have ever thought that this young, innocent child from Ontario, Canada, would be at the forefront of a battle of information involving governments going after him and his company? Could he have ever anticipated that in 2012, 2013, when Rumble was a kitty and doggy cute, viral platform? I doubt it, but he is there. Whether he likes it or not, and I think he likes it, and I think he's thriving off of it. But Bongino gave a great opening statement as well, as did Dinesh D'Souza. But we'll let Bongino's words of wisdom play, and then we'll run on over to Rumble. Are we looking at the same screen that we are? Yeah, we are. Okay, here we go. Enjoy.
I have a few thank yous. I just want to thank Dinesh for thinking about us with this project. I've actually known Dinesh a long time, and my career's come full circle. It's kind of a funny story. I met him at CPAC right before the Obama documentary, one of the largest grossing documentaries of all time, came out. Dinesh asked me to be in the movies. You're a Secret Service guy? Leaving to run for office? You know what happened? I forgot to return his email. Paul, am I kidding? And I said to Dinesh, it's kind of weird. Now we're making a movie.
First of all, is there any more of a New York thing than Paul? Am I kidding? Come up. I mean, it's beautiful. I love his accent, and I need to do an interview with Bongino because my goodness, does he have a history that is fascinating. Okay.
Thank you for all you've done. I want to thank my beautiful wife. And by the way, Paula, as you can see, I married up. I did quite well. It's not often a 10 marries a 6, right? So I did okay. We averaged out. It's like an 8. But she takes chances on me all the time. When Dinesh called and told me about the project, my wife's kind of the brains of the operation. I'm more the emotion. She was like, we're in. That was it. She knew how important it was. I also want to thank my good friend, Chris Pavlovsky from Rumble. And I want you all to understand, make no mistake, if it wasn't for this guy and his idea to create a free speech, free expression platform on YouTube, you wouldn't be seeing this movie no more. Make no mistake, This guy's got a lot of guts. You know, governments have come after him. That's not a conspiracy theory, it's real. And he'll call me up and he said, I know what I gotta do. And he said, we ain't taking that stuff down. And not just one government, a lot of them. And I'll leave you with this thought.
France, England.
I want to thank Kyle, Steve Friend, Marcus Allen, Garrett, George, and everyone else who had the guts to leave their job and walk away like I did. But I want you to understand something. This means something. It's not a tablecloth. It's not a curtain. It's not a face napkin. I was supposed to stand for something. And that something's wiggling away. Because we're a country where you investigate crimes. Correct, Kyle? And you go and look for the people. No one ever walked in Kyle's FBI office and said, I want you to investigate Jack Bag of Donuts because I don't like him. That's not the way this works, man.
I'll tell you something that's even more amazing. It's not even the way it works where they don't even have to say that. It's known. Who's our rival? Joe Biden's not saying go after him. It's known. It's part of the overall scheme, and we're going to see it with Trump.
You don't investigate people and then go look for a crime.
You do in communist Russia, you do in fascist regimes, you do in police states. Show me the man, I'll show you the crime. Lavrenti Baria.
I want you to keep that in mind as you're watching this movie. I've seen it a few times, and every single time it gets old. I hope you enjoy it. It's not an easy movie to watch, but it's a necessary one. I hope you enjoy the film. Thanks for coming.
Oh, that's the modest opera hall, or I forget what it was called, the ceremony hall of Mar-a-Lago. Just one of the many units on that one Florida unit block. Yeah, 18 to 27 million bucks.
Amazing. And that's it. All right, I'm gonna go take a seat right now.
Who is that? All right, that's it. That's it. So that was the Bongino's opening. Then they played the movie. I ducked out a little early to apparently get back because some kid wouldn't go to bed without me. And then by the time we get back, oh no, candy wrappers everywhere. The dog threw up a candy wrapper. Okay. I don't know why the number continues to go up on YouTube. It should be going down on YouTube. Link to Rumble. Yeah, looking good, Viva. Well, it was a black tie. They said black tie optional, and my understanding was when Mar-a-Lago says black tie optional, don't show up in merch shirts. Although Luke Rudkowski was wearing his shirts, he's got cojones, but look, I have a black suit. I have a black tie. I just didn't have a white shirt. I got that stupid Simon shirt. Okay, ending it now. Come on over to Rumble. The number's got to go down. Police state. Show me the man, I'll show you the crime. Fabricate a crime. Fabricate a fraud. Fabricate an insurrection. Fabricate everything so that you can get what you want in the end. The ends justify the means, even if it means burning down the institutions and ruling over the ashes. We'll get into it. Ending on YouTube in 3,